Hello everyone. If you struggle with acne, redness, hyperpigmentation, and your skin just feels overall really sensitive, this ingredient may be the one for you. Today we're going to talk about azelaic acid, what it does, who it's for, and how to use it properly. So what is azelaic acid? It's a naturally occurring acid usually associated with yeast on the skin. But in skincare products, it's produced synthetically to make it stable and safe. It's considered one of the most gentle yet effective active ingredients, and it's safe to use alongside many other actives like vitamin C and retinoids. As a matter of fact, using it with a retinoid will help the skin sensitivity and your skin barrier generally. It sort of tones down the skin receptor's response to sensitivity, and it makes things easier to tolerate. So, now moving on to benefits. First, it's antibacterial. It targets the P acnes, which are typically involved in acne. Studies have shown it can be as effective as benzoyl peroxide, but way better tolerated, i.e., much less irritation. Second, it's anti-inflammatory, meaning it's useful for skin conditions like acne, rosacea, especially rosacea, and psoriasis. It's also anti-keratinizing, which means it helps normalize skin cell turnover and gets rid of excess keratin. This reduces clogged pores, blackheads, whiteheads, and overall congestion without harsh exfoliation. Azelaic acid also inhibits melanin production, making it effective for post-acne marks, hyperpigmentation, and melasma. In addition, it also has antioxidant properties, making it very effective for premature aging. This is due to the fact that it helps protect the skin from oxidative stress. There's even some early research suggesting that it may help with hair loss, but the evidence here is limited, so consider that an emerging area and not a solid one. Overall, with consistent use, you can expect smoother tone, brighter skin, less breakouts, less hyperpigmentation, and an overall better skin tone. So in terms of strength, over-the-counter products typically go up to 10%. You may be able to find 20% over-the-counter, however, it's quite difficult. I think Dermatica does a 20% azelaic acid that you can buy over-the-counter. The 10% strength is great for beginners or people with really sensitive skin. However, prescription strengths of 15 to 20% are clinically proven for acne and rosacea. However, they should be used under the guidance of a medical practitioner. So let's talk about products. For over-the-counter options, I adore Dr. Sam Bunting's Brightly Serum. It contains 10% azelaic acid, bakuchiol, which is like a retinol alternative and is safe for pregnancy, and a vitamin C derivative for extra antioxidant support. The Ordinary does have an azelaic acid product, however, in my opinion, the texture is quite grainy. I don't really like it, I wouldn't really use it ever again, but that's just my opinion. The Inkey has a 10% azelaic acid serum, which is much better in my opinion, and it applies way more smoothly. Paula's Choice also offers an azelaic acid booster serum, which includes salicylic acid and may be extra beneficial for those who are acne prone. For prescription options, speak to your GP or dermatologist. Common options include Finacea 15%, or Skinnerin 20% cream. The Finacea is a gel, the Skinnerin is a cream. In summary, azelaic acid is one of the most underrated skincare ingredients to date. It works slowly, effectively, and gently, especially if your skin cannot tolerate harsh treatments. Let's talk about who's it for. So basically, pretty much anyone can use azelaic acid. It has the list of benefits that I've already talked about are immense. So if you are struggling with acne-prone skin, rosacea or redness, even perioral dermatitis, azelaic acid is a skin savior and will probably benefit your skin. I don't want to sound salesy because I'm not selling anything, but I'm just letting you know that azelaic acid is very much a holy grail ingredient. How to use it? Generally, I'd say start slow. So use it maybe once or twice a week at the beginning, use it at night, and then slowly build up to using it every day, but that may take a few weeks. However, if your skin can tolerate it, fine, use it almost every day. So how do you use it? Generally, you apply it after you've cleansed your face. So if you do use serums, I'd say maybe use the serum first, then use the azelaic acid after, because serums are a watery gel-like textures and azelaic acid is more of a thick gel cream or an actual cream, depending on what brand you go for. So yeah, that sums up this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, I'd love it if you could like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it.